Good morning, everybody. I hope that y'all enjoyed the story of the Scarecrow. This is a fun time of year, the fall, as the weather starts getting cooler and we are going into the fall holidays and Thanksgiving and pumpkin patches and all those fun things that come with fall. And so today we're going to make scarecrows because our story was about Scarecrow. And so these are samples of our scarecrows that we're going to make. And so if you, I'll tell you what you need. If you did not get the craft bags from the library, you will of course need a paper sack for your scarecrow. You will need a plastic bag or tissue paper or crumpled up newspaper to put inside to help him stand up. You will need construction paper or cardstock for, pink for the cheeks, and maybe an orange for your nose, white for eyes, and then just a color for your hat. You'll need half a sheet of construction paper for your hat. And you can go online if you didn't get our templates that with the library craft bags, we gave you a couple of choices of scarecrow hats, but if you don't have that, you can go online and find an outline that you can use to make a scarecrow hat. And then you'll need some straw or yarn or ribbons, something for your scarecrow hair. And of course we'll all need glue stick and a marker and scissors and either tape or perhaps a stapler to close your bag up and attach the hair. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the side of the paper bag that does not have the flap because it gives you a nice smooth surface to work with. This is a very simple craft to do. And when you're deciding where you want to place your facial features, you can have your scarecrow be varying heights. Like this one is a little bit shorter than this one. So you can just adjust it, wherever your facial features end up, particularly if you are, like a 4-year-old or a younger child that they might be, could be placed anywhere. So it doesn't matter. It'll just, be the dimension of your scarecrow face. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to draw our smile. And so you can just do a U or straight across or whatever. If you want to make the little lines for the stitching, like on some scarecrows, that you can do that as well. And then you're going to cut out 2 circles for your little cheeks. In pink, we used pink. And what I used for my my tracing, I used just the lid of a water bottle. And for the cheeks, I put it down as if it was screwing onto the water bottle. And then for the eyes, I turned it upside down and used the other because that makes it just a little bit smaller than the cheeks. But you can use whatever you have available to cut out the circles for your cheeks and for your eyes. So I'm just going to glue on my little cheeks. Like I said, this is a very simple craft. It's easy for the younger kids. And I'm just going to place them down kind of close to my smile. Because my smile curves up, but anyway, just as long as your cheeks are on there, kind of even. So here's my little cheeks, and I have that. And then you're going to take your orange and just cut out a triangle, any size triangle. Doesn't matter, because when you have a scarecrow out in the field, they'll all look different. As many of our crafts, we understand that everything is not exactly the same. So I cut out my triangle already, and I'm just gluing that on for his nose. And then I'm going to glue on my eyes, his eyes. So you'll just glue on all your facial features first. Let's see. So here I have this much glued on, and I'm going to take my marker and color in the pupils for the eyes. Just, you know, in the center, or, you know, wherever you want them. Some have them closer to the bottom, closer to the top. I'm just trying to color mine in and try to, like last time, try to make them about the same size, because it doesn't matter if they're not. So you can use a marker or a crayon, or if you have black paper, you could even cut them out if you wanted to. So here I have the face for my Scarecrow. So the next thing I want to do is open it up and put in whatever you're going to use for stuffing. So I just have a plastic grocery bag and just stuck down in there, so he kind of gives him something to, a way to stand up. And then I'm just going to fold this down. I have already cut out my little Scarecrow hat, so cut out your Scarecrow hat, and you can kind of figure out where the placement would be for your hat to know how much you want to turn down. If you get it too close to your eyes, then you know the Scarecrow won't have enough room for his little hat. And so I might just crease that where I want it, and I'm just going to tape that. I'm going to use tape for this. I was going to show you both staple and tape, but my staple's not over here. So, but you can staple it. And so I have that sealed. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is put on my hair. Put on the hair. And so, if you got the bags from the library, we included this little straw. And so what I'm going to do is just tape this on, just a few at a time. So if you take a few at a time, kind of straighten it out a little bit because it was curled in the package, it kind of wants to go places. And just, you can just put your tape, I don't know if you can see this, over the straw, you know, where it goes beyond the straw, and just tape up how your hat will cover it, just a little bit at a time, and it makes it a little easier, particularly with younger kiddos. They can do this on their own, you know, with minimal help, and then they feel like they did their Scarecrow more themselves when we're doing crafts that they do need a little bit of adult help. So then I just, you know, stick the other on there on the side. So I do one side, and then I'll go over and do the other side. And what you can do, I made this a little longer, what you can do also, if you want more, you could probably fold this down, and it would, you know, double perhaps, just kind of play with it. So I'm just doing like 3 pieces of straw at a time, which makes it, you know, a little bit more manageable for our younger kids. And, you know, if you're doing this and you don't have the straw, just use, you know, yarn or ribbon, or you could even cut some strips of construction paper if you had that, and it just makes it just as cute doing it that way. And so I'm just kind of getting a little bit more thicker on the sides. And then if you want to make some little bangs, you can take some of the little shorter ones and kind of glue it across the eyes. You know, of course, these things are always, you can cut them if they end up, you know, too long on your face. Just cut their bangs. trim their bangs a little bit. So I'm just kind of could have put a little bit more on here just to kind of show you. You want a little bit. I am going to trim this guy's bangs a little bit because it's just a little bit longer than what I want. You just kind of work with your straw however you need to, but you know, Scarecrow's out in the field, their hair gets blown around, so. Okay, so now I've got that on. Now I'm going to put on my, the Scarecrow's hat, and I'm going to tape it on in the back. If I did one where I glued it on, and it, you could kind of see the ripples for where the straw was. So I'm just going to tape this on the back side where it doesn't have that showing as much. So he's got his hat on. And if you do the template, let's see which one. This one that has the band, you know, you just cut out a strip. You can, you know, use the pattern to cut it and just glue that on before you attach the hat to the Scarecrow. This one, I made a little flower out of some spare paper. So all I did was I just cut, you know, kind of a larger circle for the outside of the flower, and then I had a smaller piece. I'm gonna put green here. That I made for the center. I'll just use my pink for the center of the flower, and just kind of glued it on the center. And then all I did was just make little slits with my scissors all the way around. Well, I think I kind of cut little V's. I'm not sure exactly how I did it. But anyway, you can just kind of cut. Maybe I didn't. Cut around, just make sure you don't. So I'm just cutting kind of part way to the center is what I'm doing. And then you can kind of fold these up for your petals. If you want to, you know, give him like a flower on his hat, or you know, you can color any design or whatever, you know, that you want on your hat to just make it a little bit more decorative. Anyway, so there's our Scarecrow. So I hope that y'all enjoy making your Scarecrow and using it as a fall decoration. It'll go all the way through November, so you get a lot of use out of that. And we will see you next week. Thank you. Have a great day.